नमस्कार, आप देख रहे हैं नॉनसेंस टॉक न्यूज लाइव और मैं आपके साथ पल्लव घोष। आज का जो वीडियो है वो कल का रिजॉइंडर है। इट्स रिजॉइंडर टू यस्टरडेज वीडियो। यस्टरडे आई लेफ्ट by saying that on Monday today a lot of things will come into clear because postmortem report would be available, and of course the last rites of Rahul Arunoday Banerjee will be performed. Well, as I said, the postmortem report has arrived, and with that, new controversy has spruced up. Many of his friends, his fraternity colleagues, and those who were very close to Rahul have expressed suspicion whether this was an accident or not. Well, I will take you through the versions of the shooting party and the locals, and you will understand why these questions are coming up. And I really don't blame those who accuse of saying that this was not an accident. I mean, I have no other option but to accept to their allegations, because I will just take you through this these versions, and you will yourself understand. But before that, yes, the mortal remains of Rahul Arunoday Banerjee was consigned to flames at the Kaoratala Moha Shoshan, the crematorium, and with this, of course, the body of Rahul was laid to peace. Let me just take you through the versions and you will understand yourself. Now, there are two versions of the shooting party. One version says shooting was finished and there was a pack-up. And being a private beach, Talshari beach where they were shooting, being a private beach, no fans around, no hustle bustle, Rahul decided to take a dip into the sea and subsequently drowned. Version 2 of the same shooting party says that they were shooting on a small boat in the sea, and suddenly there was a tide. They lost balance, he and his heroine lost balance and fell into the sea. This shooting party also claims there were rescue boats moving along the shooting party. So naturally we can expect there were divers. So they dipped, they dived into the water, fished out the heroine, and but according to them, they couldn't spot Rahul, and Rahul got drowned till he was fished out. Number 3 version is of the heroine herself. She says that they were very close to the previous version actually. They were shooting on a boat, lost control, fell into the sea, and when she regained consciousness, she found, quote unquote, she was rescued, she was safe, but Rahul Da was nowhere around. She screamed for him, but the news was later she came to know about the news. Now, all these versions contradict each other, as you can see. And the biggest contradiction is the postmortem report, which I was actually telling you yesterday. The postmortem report says Rahul was under the water for nearly 1 hour or maybe a little more. And during the postmortem, it was found that he had drank a lot of saline water and mud or soil, as you prefer to call it. So that means the second version of the shooting party, that there were rescue boats moving along with the shooting team, and there were divers, is a blatant lie. Because postmortem report says Rahul was under the water for nearly 1 hour. Contradiction. Further contradiction when we listen to the locals. In fact, these locals actually rescued the heroine and they fished out Rahul. So according to these locals who dived in, they were sitting on the beach watching the shooting. Now, their versions are even suicidal. I will come to that subsequently, but they said that they dived into the water and rescued the heroine first, and then they rescued Rahul. When they rescued Rahul, Rahul was alive. And according to these locals, it was a case of drinking a lot of saline water, and had there been the basic first aid, then Rahul could have been saved. Now, why I said that I will be coming to these missing links by the locals, because locals said, and this is very suicidal on the part of the shooting team. In fact, there are a lot of missing links actually with me here, and all are suicidal. If they are proved, then the shooting party, the shooting team, and the production house, Magic Moments, is going to face a very big problem. I mean, nobody would be able to save them from the legal aspects actually, and I will explain this in my subsequently. Now, these locals said that they had warned the shooting party umpteen times not to venture into the sea because, and they were quite right, prudent point. They said that how would someone from outside, someone from Kolkata, would ever know where danger spots are inside the sea, when tide comes, when there will be a situation, a tidal situation. But according to them, the shooting party paid a deaf ear to their requests. Now, shooting party didn't only pay deaf ear to their request. Shooting party did a lot of things which are actually can be brought under the prevalence of breaching the law, doing illegal things. And as I said, if these are proved, then nobody can save the shooting party and the production house, Magic Moments. And of course, the allegations that has spruced up, as people are asking whether this was an accident or something else. And if it is proved, then you can well understand the problem the production house, the production manager, and the entire production unit and team, especially those who are giving these versions, will be facing. Well, let me take you through the other missing links. You may call it missing links, you may call it allegations, you may call it legal breach. One, no permission of this shooting was taken by the shooting team. Remember, whenever a shooting takes place, you have to take permission from the concerned state, the concerned area, the concerned police station. Now here they had crossed the borderline of West Bengal and they were shooting in Talshari, which is in Odisha. So they didn't even inform the Odisha administration, didn't inform the Odisha police, didn't inform the Odisha government. As I said, to sum up, they didn't take any permission from the Odisha government. Reason is very clear, because Talshari beach is a private beach and you are not allowed to shoot. You are not allowed to use drones. You are not allowed to make films. It's a private beach. They breached everything. They were shooting. They were making serial, and they were shooting using drones. Now, I have a couple of questions which I would like to ask here. I agree, it's the biggest crime they have committed, not taking permission. But my question is, I don't know why people are not asking this. There are so many intellectuals, they are coming on channels, there are so many anchors, they are raising so many questions, and all prudent. I accept that. But I really don't know why this one question is not being asked. I accept. Administration was not informed. Odisha police was not informed. Odisha government didn't have any ink of this shooting. Fine. What was the administration doing? I mean, don't they carry out surprise patrolling on the beach? Don't they visit these private beaches? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. Any untoward incident can happen. Anything, you understand what I mean, because if I say these things, then I will be barred according to the Facebook rules and regulations. I mean, these things can happen, but we cannot pronounce. Anyway. So, I'm surprised. And when drones were in the air, coastal guards or administration couldn't spot these drones. This is a big question and biggest missing link to me. Anyway, there were no divers. Contradictory to what the shooting party said. They said that there were divers, there were rescue boats. But according to the prima facie report, there were no divers, there were no ambulances. Remember, whenever the shooting takes place, it's mandatory to keep ambulance. It's mandatory to keep a medical team on the standby, doctors, nurses, stretcher, oxygen, CPR facility. And to sum up all, there were no medical or health standby or a backup, which is the reason behind the death of Rahul, if I may say so. Because according to the locals, and if I go through the version of the shooting party, they said that Rahul was alive and fished out. And we know that when he was taken to the hospital, he was declared brought dead. That means he died on the way. He must have tried his level best to survive. He must have screamed, shouted when he was getting drowned. It's a very natural phenomenon. Nobody drowns like this. So what was the those people on the beach, the shooting party, shooting team, production management, production manager in particular? May I ask the production manager, what was he doing or she doing? I don't know who is the production manager. Why the production manager is not being called for an interrogation? Why the production manager is not being brought under the scanner? After all these things are the responsibility of the production manager. I accept the shooting team or the production house or the director, producer is responsible. But the captain of the ship is the production manager. Why the production manager is not coming in the light and giving his or her statement? Funniest part is today I came to know from the fraternity that nobody from the production house even cared to visit the Kaoratala Moha Shoshan to attend the last rites of Rahul. Understood? They don't have the face. They don't have the guts. They cannot face the camera because media is there. Family is there. Friends are there who are alleging it's not an accident. So all these points, if I sum up, if I conclude, then yes, all these points are summing up to only one conclusion or suspicion, question: was this an accident or something else? I'm not taking the term something else, you all have understood, but if it's something else, then believe me, the production house will land up in great trouble, in deep waters, because all these allegations are enough to pin them down. And lastly, I have a question. I understand that this accident or incident or whatever has been handed over to the police in West Bengal, Mamata Banerjee's police. I think this case should have been handed over to the CBI. Reasons you all know. Let me be very specific. In Arjikor, we saw that Mamata Banerjee's police, Mamata Banerjee's administration, Mamata Banerjee's health department tried to hush up the case of Abhaya. I have no doubt if the government here tries to hush up this case also. Because, as I said, I reiterate, Rahul was very vocal in his last few days. In many of his podcasts, in many of his interviews, he had raised question on the malfunctioning, the wrongs in the Federation, Film Federation of Bengal. I'm not taking the name of the president, I'm not taking the name of the office bearers. You all know. So Rahul raised a big question on the functioning, on the working, on the malfunctions, on the misconduct of the Federation. I think this was enough to raise a question: was this an accident? Well, coming days will prove this. And at the end, all I have to say is, may the soul of Rahul rest in peace. This is Pallab Ghosh signing off for Non-Stop News.